What's going on, traders? We are back with the next video in the $1,000 a day Forex trading course. All right, so before we get into this next one, quick recap on what we just went over in our previous video. We talked about key levels, horizontal levels, that is your traditional support and resistance, supply and demand. You have your major round numbers, anything ending in a 0.25, 0.50, 0.00. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, I would suggest reading up on the quarter points theory. There's a lot of traders who make good money trading quarter points. Again, I'm more of a confirmation trader, so I like to just roll in a few different strategies, a few different confirmations into one before I take a trade. But this is some good reading right here. And then lastly, we have trend lines and channels. So this would be your dynamic support and resistance, a little bit more subjective, as I said in the previous video. However, if you find an obvious uptrend or downtrend or channel, mark that out, use that in conjunction with your supply and demand zones, and you'll find some really good entries with that strategy. Okay. So get rid of this. Today, we're talking about taking another deeper dive. We're still in the support and resistance part of this course. All right, so we're talking about types of support and resistance areas on the chart where support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. Okay, SBR, RBS, if you want to abbreviate it. But as long as the more time you spend looking at charts, you'll see these patterns begin to repeat themselves. Okay, so we're going to start off with our handy dandy rectangle. Okay, so we're looking for an area on this chart where price was resisted, it broke through, and it became support. Okay, so I'm on gold. Gold is a great pair for this right here. Likes to respect these levels. So zoom in here on the 4-hour chart in case you didn't see. Price broke through this level. It tested it, got rejected, and it struggled getting through this level. Finally broke through here, and it becomes support. Okay, so if you are a day trader, intraday trader, you're making money off of all these moves. You're shorting here, shorting here, shorting here. Price never broke through. You take this short, you take this short, you can write it down. Okay. Finally, price breaks through, and now you're just doing the same thing on the opposite. You're writing this down, you're taking the long, taking the long. So let me just do a quick little, let me see. This will hopefully won't be too much. All right. So for me, I like the break and the retest. All right. You could have shorted. It's too small. It's not going to work. Okay. Do that. Could have shorted right here. Two solid entries. If you're a scalper, you probably could have gotten maybe 2 or 3 more entries. All right. And on the flip side, on the long, there's a long here. There's a long here. There is a long here. And you write them up. All right. So how can you catch these? If you're not actively trading the market live, you set buy limit orders. And on the flip side here, you're going to want to set sell limit orders. So that way you're not in front of the charts all day, all night, waiting for price to creep back into the zone. You have your pending orders in the zone. Price triggers them, and then you're in profit. All right. So that is the power of these levels right here. And you see, keep dragging this out into the future. I mean, it's still being respected. I mean, this is price today. All right. So this is still a level that's being respected. All right. So it's obviously broken high up to the upside. So what we're going to want to do, I'm going to get this. I'm just going to move this over here. So for me personally, as of today, I'm waiting for a pullback back into the zone, just like we talked about in the last video. Waiting for a pullback here. And we are setting our buy limits in the zone with our stops right outside of the zone. And we're waiting for a pullback and up to the upside. All right. It's that simple, y'all. It's that simple. Here's our target right here. Here's the next demand, excuse me, the next supply zone. So we have sellers waiting here. Sellers took the price down before. Buyers brought it back up. Sellers said, nah, nah, nah. Took it all the way back down. I think there's some fundamental news going on here because this is a ridiculous candle. Anyhow, sellers took it all the way down. So we know that there are sell orders waiting at this level. So smart money says you wait for the retrace, get in on the buy, take this all the way up, and here's your take profit. And probably have some sell orders waiting in here as well with your stops right above the zone, and you let price do its thing. So go back. As always, at the end of each video, you guys should always be practicing. Practice makes perfect, especially in Forex, futures, commodities, all these financial markets. You have to learn how to see these patterns. When you're able to see these patterns, then you'll be able to make money hand over fist, and you'll be able to teach other people how to make money hand over fist. All right, so go back, see if you could find some zones on the chart where support then becomes resistance. See if you could plot out some entries where you would place your stops, run through the whole game plan. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next video.